7 days since we had a semi-final, and here we are with yet another. Last week we saw Cantonian High School, Cardiff, scraped through by a whisker, and this week we'll find out which of the teams of executives will be back for next week's playoff. The winners of tonight's contest will be in the running for the New York trip, of course, whilst the losers will have to go back to the office to endure a lot of sniggering behind the filing cabinets. So, ready to be thrown to the lions, university lecturers Neil Garrett and Nick Padikis. Neil, how very nice to see you again.
And you, sir?
Tell me something about your research work. I mean, I know that you do research, but in what field?
Well, at the moment, most of it is in terms of risk attitudes of shareholders and also capital budgeting decisions.
Now, you're in Aberystwyth, but you don't have an Aberystwyth accent.
No, I've come via Aberdeen, or from Aberdeen via Leicester to Aberystwyth.
And how assimilated have you become?
Oh, well, I consider myself to be fairly fluent in Welsh now.
You speak Welsh?
Yes, I'm hoping. Well, I've just brought out, in fact, as I understand it, the first ever Welsh book on accounting.
Written by a man with a Lancastrian accent? That must be historic. What about you, Nick? Is your research in the same field?
More or less in the cognate field, yes. Mine more to do with economics than accounting.
In developed countries or?
Well, it's to do with developed and underdeveloped, but I'm carrying out an ESRC project at the moment on risk analysis.
I'm surprised there's still money for things like that. But I suppose a lot of money is tied up in foreign countries these days.
Well, yes, there's very little money. We've only got a very small grant. We don't get very much. I think the bankers, our opponents, might like to put their hands in their pockets and give us a few pennies off.
End of the commercial, Nicholas. And settle in and put on your red headphones. And facing those fearsome lecturers, a pair of stalwart bankers, Richard Mathias and Rhys Davis Evans. Ready to take them up on the offer, Rhys, of offering money?
Yes, I'm sure we can find some money for our academicians, yes.
Do you normally play computer games yourself in your spare time?
A little bit. My children are fairly computer-minded, yes.
They always say it's the province of the young.
Well, that's right. In fact, it's probably better if they were sitting here rather than me.
Too late to tell me that
Well,
now. What about you, Richard? Do you have family connections with computers?
Only the children playing with them at home, yes. That's,
Do you use them in work?
no, not here.
Well, let's see if you can use them to keep yourself one rung further up the ladder towards the Concorde tickets. Settle into the desk and put on those yellow headphones. Right, 18 months of cognate research follows. 30 seconds for each round, and if you're ready, teams, the first of those rounds starts now. So, the lecturers are clearly going into mega-intellectualized economic expansion mode by going for profits. Putting money into shares will give them a one-off gain later in the program, but these profits will go on adding up, month by month.
Or we can go for the 10. We go for the 10.
Well, he got it all invested with just 4 seconds still to go. These bankers are risking rather more on oil, so it's all going to hang on the final moves of this game.
Press the button.
Well, haven't they been neck and neck? That's really very strange. Now then, first of all, the university lecturers' shares will be revalued at the end of the month as those monthly profits go on, and we pause with them to see if any of those shares are now due to crash.
So we'll get us 20.
Don't bother to work it out now, chaps. The computer can do that for both of us. So they'll sell their remaining shareholdings, and we'll find out how much they're left with at the end of this second semi-final.
It's about $1.2 million, I think.
Yes,
Over £1 million, which is never a bad score to get. And now the same for the bank managers. First of all, is a crash due for them?
Can't be, Brian. Can't be a crash. No.
So much for the predictability of bank managers. Now they will sell their remaining shareholdings, and we will see who has won the semi-final. Well done, the lecturers, by a whisker, at the very last moment. So congratulations to you, and cognate commiserations to the yellow team, the bank managers.
What do you mean by cognate?
Very cognate that, I thought. Well, that was, as you rightly said, a low-scoring game to begin with, but you both came home at the end, and once again, a very narrow gap. So, next week is the final, which I expect you're looking forward to as much as I'm getting nervous about. So come back and join us then, and from all of us here in the Computer Challenge studio, for 7 short days, from me, good night.